Welcome back to another Star Wars and Marvel news video. We've got some Star Wars gaming news directly from EA. We've got a lot of Kenobi stuff, and yeah, I put out a community post earlier asking if I should focus on less pieces of news but talk more in depth about them, like Star Wars Meg does. I don't know if you watched her videos, but they're pretty good, so I'd recommend. Or if I should continue what I'm doing and talk about a lot of things that aren't necessarily as important, and I don't go into depth as much on them, and the vast majority of people said that I should do less but more, so that is exactly what I'm going to do in this video. So let's get started. One day after I made my video talking about EA Play and specifically Battlefront 3 at it, saying that I think it will be announced, EA put out a tweet confirming that they will not be talking about any Star Wars games at EA Play this year on the 22nd of July. Typical, isn't it? The day after I put out my video, so half the comments on it are just telling me EA just announced that they're not talking about Star Wars games at EA Play. Yes, okay, thank you. It was made. The video was made before that. But yes, this is very sad to hear. One, because obviously we all want Star Wars gaming news, and two, because there's a lot of channels on YouTube that run off of Star Wars gaming news, and some of them have even said that they're not going to post because they don't want to adapt their content for the next year, nor do they want to talk about tiny news articles for the next year about Star Wars games. So that's sad to see that a lot of channels, ones that I watch specifically, aren't going to be posting for likely at least 10 months, and then the 2 months before EA Play we get leaks about what's going to be there. However, this does mean that I think next year it will be very good for Star Wars gaming news from EA at least, because they clearly don't want to talk about Star Wars gaming news this year because they don't have enough to talk about. And when they go in to talk about Star Wars news, they want to make it big enough to be worthwhile. So I'm expecting next year Battlefront 3 to be announced, Jedi Fallen Order 2 trailer and maybe a release date. Another game, not necessarily at their level, but a big one, a couple mid-tier ones, and that's about it, but still very, very big stuff. And it makes sense that they want to do a big reveal of Star Wars stuff, not just like a small bit now, and then we're all like, grr, EA said they would like doubling down, and they've only done this. But instead, we're like, EA said they were doubling down and they've done nothing. But people like me, at least, can see the good side in this, and I'm very excited for next year. But sadly, it's next year, so there's a lot of time to wait. But if we think about it, there's obviously other gaming conventions that happened before EA Play. So before we get leaks about any gaming conventions, it'll probably be 8 months, which is still a very long time. But, you know, there's more to Star Wars than just Star Wars games. However, I do really enjoy Star Wars games, and we did really need some news, I think. But, you know, we're not going to have it. So I guess let's look forward to the actual shows coming out until next year when we can get some more Star Wars gaming news. Now, the next piece of news I want to talk about is Leia being cast in the Kenobi series. So apparently this actor, a little girl, is playing Leia as a young kid. Now, obviously, she doesn't exactly look like Carrie Fisher as an adult, because no one as a child looked much like them as an adult. So even Carrie Fisher as a child wouldn't look much like Leia, although you would obviously be able to see the resemblance. So, you know, I don't see the problem in this casting. I think it's fine. I hope that as a fan base we are respectful to a young actor, unlike we were to the actor of Anakin in The Phantom Menace, who obviously went on to have some mental issues because of the backlash. But yes, I said it about the Luke actor. If Luke is in this series, we need to be respectful because they are just a child. But this means obviously Leia is in the series, meaning that I think Bail Organa will be in the series, and there's contact between Obi-Wan and Bail, maybe Obi telling Bail to like inform everyone at the rebellion that he is dead. Hence Bail Organa tells Ezra Bridger in Rebels that Obi-Wan is dead, or Bail Organa tells someone who tells Ezra that Obi-Wan's dead. This is good news in my opinion. I really like Bail. I like Leia as a character, and I'd like to see how she was actually raised. And I think the fact that they're having a kid Leia basically confirms that there's going to be a Luke, and they're going to show like a scene with Leia, then flash to a scene of Luke. I definitely believe that will be the case, and I'm excited for it. I'm all for it, because I want to see how their upbringing was and how vastly different their upbringing was. So Leia in the Kenobi series is good news in my opinion. Now, the last piece of Star Wars news is my favourite piece of news throughout this week. The fifth brother is going to be in the Kenobi series. Now, I spoke a few weeks back about a leaked Inquisitor series. Now, this may still be happening, but it's likely that the person that leaked the Inquisitor series just knew that there would be Inquisitors in live action at some point and jumped to the conclusion that it would be a series. Now, I would still like to see a series, but I've always expected Inquisitors to be in Kenobi, and this is further speculation of it happening, and I do believe it to be true. The fifth brother is obviously in Rebels, so we know he will survive the Kenobi series. However, I don't think he's going to be fighting Obi-Wan alone, because he is nowhere near good enough, so the chances are we're going to get introduced to some new Inquisitors that Obi-Wan potentially kills, or multiple Inquisitors that end up escaping Obi-Wan. So seeing the fifth brother in Kenobi will be very, very good in my opinion. I do like him as a character. I really like the Inquisitors, so this is really, really good news. Now, the actor of the fifth brother has also been rumoured, and it is Han from the Fast and Furious franchise being Sung Kang as the actor. Now, I'm a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. Han is one of my favourite characters, and I really enjoy the actor that plays him. So I do really, really hope this is true. I spoke about this on my TikTok. This is really exciting for me. I like him as an actor. I like the character, and like I said, I'm excited for it. What do you guys think? Am I just getting a bit overexcited about a pretty meh character being the fifth brother? But Obi-Wan's gonna have a fight scene in this series, multiple in my opinion, because we know Vader's gonna be, and I do think he's gonna have a rematch with Vader before A New Hope, and they're gonna work around the dialogue in A New Hope so particular that it still makes sense. So this furthers my hype that I was speaking about in the Q&A that I have for the Kenobi series. I'm definitely expecting it to be the best live-action Star Wars series, and I'm the most excited for it because so many of my favourite characters could show up in it, and now the Inquisitors are included in that bunch. Now, this is not confirmed. I don't think anything other than the EA stuff that I spoke about at the start is confirmed. It's just rumours, but I do believe this and the Leia thing, and I do hope that they become true. Now, in terms of Marvel stuff, I don't really have anything in terms of news articles. The only thing I have to say is spoilers for episode 6 of Loki. The multiverse has erupted, so this builds hype for Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness. Those two movies are going to be fantastic in my opinion. Further hinting towards Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield being in the Spider-Man movie, and stuff like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four coming into the MCU via the multiverse instead of via our normal timeline. But I'm not really sure how they're going to be introduced. I think probably the X-Men via the multiverse and the Fantastic Four via our normal timeline. But yes, like I said, not really too much to speak about in terms of Marvel, but the multiverse has erupted. Now, that is actually all for this news video. Like I said, I'm so excited to see the actor of Han playing the fifth brother and seeing multiple Inquisitors in the Kenobi show facing off against Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I think, actually, going back to that if the fifth brother does face Obi-Wan and makes it out alive, it has to mean that Obi-Wan goes off-world. Because if the fifth brother makes it out alive of Tatooine, and knowing Obi-Wan is there, he's going to report it to Vader, and that would be a massive, massive plot hole if Vader just doesn't go to Tatooine to kill Obi-Wan. So, I definitely think that Obi-Wan is leaving Tatooine. This is further proof in the pudding that Obi-Wan isn't staying on Tatooine for the whole series, and I don't know why I didn't think of this when I was speaking about it originally, but yes, like I said, I'm excited for that. I can't wait to see Leia in the Kenobi series, because I also think it will mean we will see Luke, and I think it will mean we see Bail Organa and a lot of the Rebellion in even earlier stages than in the actual Rebels series. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe. We are on the verge of 8K, and that just seems like another fantastic milestone, which is so close to 10,000 subscribers, which is mind-blowing. I was looking back on some of my old TikToks and YouTube videos where I checked to see how many subscribers I had. I saw when I first made my channel when it had a different name and I had 2 subscribers, and it's just so crazy to see how many I'm on now in such a short amount of time, so I'm truly thankful for that. I do appreciate all of you. I get a lot of support in the comment sections a lot of the time saying how you guys love my content, and I'm so glad you enjoy, because I criticize myself quite often, and I'm just glad that the criticisms I have for myself often aren't the same ones that you have of me as well, and you are enjoying the content, so that's good to hear. But anyway, enough of that. Thank you for watching. Please do leave a like, comment what you think about this news, and yeah, in a bit. Oh, you've made it to beyond the outro. Right, one thing I want to say, a lot of you have been commenting saying my Boba Fett is the wrong way round. No, I just reversed the videos because when you film with the front camera, for some reason it flips it for you, and it just makes my face look different, so I then flip the video making this look weird. But no, this is here, and if you Google it, that's the right way. So I just wanted to say that, and yeah, goodbye.